Alright, welcome back. We'll be now looking at the payroll, which is the second last item. So this payroll module has got employees, taxes, payroll codes, payroll transactions, and processing of payroll. The first item is on employees. So this shows a list of all the employees that we have in the system. I'll now explain on how we can add a new employee. So when adding a new employee, we'll have to enter a staff ID, the surname of this person, the first name of this person, any other name that this person may have. This part is optional. We also have to put the date of birth of this employee, the gender or sex of this employee, the NRC, which is the ID, the national ID, and we also have to put the TIPIN, which is the taxpayer identification number, and the social security number for this employee. We have to put all those details when creating an employee, as well as the salary account. We have to select the salary account. So if we had created a user called Gerard, then we have to select this salary account for Gerard, which we had created in accounts in the other video. If the person was John Doe, then we have to select the salary account John Doe, so that the funds can be hitting the right account when we are making payment. This next part is where we add the phone number for this person, a secondary phone number if at all they have another phone number, which is optional, and then an email. So here we have to select now the user email. Which user is going to be this employee? If we had created a user called Anna, we'll have to select this email for Anna. If we had created a user called Msoka, we have to select this email from Msoka, so that when Msoka logs in, they'll be able to see their details under this user. We also have to select the location under where this person is going to be working. So these are locations that we had created in the other video. And then we also have to indicate the gross pay for this particular employee, how much they'll be earning per month. We indicate that here. And then even the employment date, we can also indicate it here. Once we are done, we submit. When you submit, the employee details will come here. So the new user will also appear here. And as you can see, it's also showing the gross pay for each and every one. We can be able to view the details of any of the employees like that, as you can see. And this part, we can be able to view the pay slip. Another part is that we can be able to edit the details of this particular employee. When I click on the edit button, we can be able to edit the details of this particular employee. Of course, there are other details that you can't edit. For example, salary account. Once you create a user, you can't change the salary account, because that would be inconsistent with the payments for this salary, for this particular salary. Of course, if you want us to make those changes, we can be able to make those changes so that a salary account can be changeable. And the other item that cannot be changed is the user email. Once you assign this employee to this user, it's cast in stone. You can't change it. Another part is where you can be able to delete an employee. Of course, when you delete an employee, a user is not deleted. Other aspects of the payroll are the taxes. So this is why you do your tax settings. So for us in Zambia, these are the types of taxes that we have. If at all new taxes are added, we can be able to edit the system so that we add those new taxes. So the first part is the NAPSA. For the NAPSA settings, you have to indicate the name that appears on your NAPSA contributions as a company. For us, it's Solamax Energy. The contributions that is paid by the employer or the employee is 5% of their gross. So an employee of our company pays 5% of their gross. The threshold for Zambia is 1,000. Okay, if they change the threshold, as an administrator, you can be able to change the amount. You can even be able to change the contribution percent if at all it changes, and even indicate which account the funds will be going to. So for the way NAPSA works is that 5% comes from the employer, 5% from the employee. So the percentage you put here, whatever will be deducted from the employee, even from the company, that same amount will be deducted, and it will be part of the contributions for that employee. Here we have got the employer SSN, which appears on the report for NAPSA contribution. So once this is set up, it will be saved, and then the contributions can be done by the system on every pay per day. Another type of settings is the pay as you earn. So this is, the first one was NAPSA, which is National Pension Scheme Authority. The second one is pay as you earn. This is now taxes for ZRA. ZRA have got their taxes in different bands. There's the first band, so whatever amount that ZRA publishes for that particular tax year, you can be able to edit the pay as you earn setup. You can be able to put how much the amount is for the first tax band or first tax rate, and what percentage it is. The second part, you can also put for the second band, you can also put the amount and the percentage. So every year NAPSA pay as you earn changes, and with that in mind, you can be able to change without actually making a lot of changes in the system, just by changing the values here. So there are 3 tax bands, and then there's also even the balance. Whatever remains from those deductions, you can put the percentage here. Of course, this is the account where the money will be going into, so that we can be able to submit it to ZRA at the end of the month. The other part is the National Pension Scheme Insurance. So this was introduced a few years ago. This is every employee in Zambia pays this tax. This is for NIMA. So currently the percent stands at 1%, but if at all the percentage changes in the future, you can be able to change. You also indicate which account this money will be going into. The last part is the personal levy. Personal levy is deducted twice in a year. So here I'd put 1 month, just in case maybe they changed, they just want to be deducting 1 month in a year. So this is the amount that they deduct, and the amount is this month. So let's change that. We maybe if I told we say okay, it's March and April, then those are the months this deduction will be happening for every employee that we have. Once you're done, you save, and that information is saved. So that's on the taxes. So we've got 4 types of taxes. We've got, of course, NAPSA, which is pension contributions, and then these others are NAPSA. These others are taxes: pay as you earn tax, national insurance levy, and personal levy. The other item on payroll is the payroll codes. So we're assigning different codes for different deductions or compensations. So you can be able to create any code like that. So you just create a code, you select whether it's a debit or credit code, and then put a description and save it. The other aspect of the payroll is the payroll transactions. Payroll transactions shows you now all the credits and debits that are happening in the system. Currently, these are the transactions that we have. These are transactions related to payroll, like salaries and deductions. The other aspect of the payroll now is the processing of the payroll. So here you just select the account which will be deducted,